Well, there are 4 teams left standing in the hunt for the Commissioner's Cup title, and here to help us preview the semifinals round is PBA Rush analyst, Coach Mark Molina. Coach, welcome to our new
Welcome to the
setup.
couch.
I like this. Very relaxed.
You want anything to drink?
Kailangan may coffee tayo or something.
Kape. Wala pa tayong coffee table dito. We're looking for sponsors for that, by the way. But, okay, let's go straight at this. Because right now, I want to give credit first to the Phoenix Super LPG Fuelmasters, making it to the semis. I believe in their history, looking at going up against a monster like Magnolia. What can you say first about yung achievement ng Phoenix?
Oh, very impressive. First time, I think, nag-semifinal sila in a conference with imports.
Yes.
So this is the first time they're doing it. First time under Coach Jamaica
Jamaica.
rin. And he has done a fabulous job this conference. Ang ganda also because their import, Jonathan Williams, I think is a perfect fit for what Phoenix wants to do. That's what they lack. They lack a legitimate big-time center, big man who plays both ends of the floor. And that's what Jonathan Williams gives them. And because of that, yeah, umabot sila sa semis.
Coach, bago natin pag-usapan yung magiging matchup nila, how exciting was that quarterfinal matchup? Especially that you told me, remember that the triple overtime thriller, medyo naalangan sila, and then they come back winning both. Tell us about that.
Very exciting. I covered the first game, the triple overtime game. And I really thought going into the series, and it was validated in the first 3 quarters, that Phoenix really had the edge because they had a better import in Williams. And he played the whole conference. So chemistry-wise, lamang talaga si Phoenix. But Meralco came back.
Yeah.
They won triple overtime. I give all the credit to the coaching staff because I mentioned that on air. The job of Coach Jamaica here is to make sure mentally that they are ready for game 2, that they do not get demoralized. Because I still thought they were the better team.
Exactly.
But if you get demoralized in a series like that, short series, 2-game series, patay ka na in game 2.
Inexperienced.
Tama.
And inexperience, a lot of young players, Tyler Teo, Kenneth Tuffin, they rely on a lot of younger players. But it was the opposite because when Game 2 started, lumamang sila agad eh. There were some scary moments in the 4th quarter, but the lead was big enough for them to withstand it. And Jason Perkins was key.
Yes,
he got cramps in Game 1. I think that was the reason why they lost Game 1. There was a no-go-to player on the offensive end. But in Game 2, when they came back, Jason Perkins delivered together with Williams.
Yeah. And of course, sa 4th quarter na yon, they were actually leading by 15, which is also the same margin that they were leading by 15 in Game 1. So buti na lang they held on that time. They held on this time around. So let's now focus on Magnolia.
Yes.
So fantastic the entire season.
Right. They look good.
They look good.
And
they
they made
very good.
Short work of TNT. Right?
Short work of TNT, and Tyler Bay has also been a match made in heaven by Coach Chito Victorero.
That is correct. Tyler Bay, perfect because they need a big. They need a big center as well because the guard lineup of Magnolia is really so formidable.
Yeah.
And by far, they were the best team, the most consistent all throughout the conference.
I don't know if they're the best.
I don't know if they're the best team right now.
Right.
But the entire conference they were. And we'll get to that later.
Yes.
They were at 9-2.
Oh yes.
And you mentioned the import. This import matchup. Who's got the edge? They're both so good.
They're both so good. I think they're 1-2 in the conference race. Whoever is one is dependent on your opinion already. But they're 1-2. I think they will cancel each other out, which to me will be a bad news for Phoenix.
Yes.
I think Jonathan Williams needs to outplay
Tyler Bay.
Bay for Phoenix to win this series because in terms of local support, lamang talaga tong si Magnolia with Paulie, Baroka, Halalon, and the others. They have so much firepower. The bench of Phoenix medyo kulang.
Yeah.
So I think Jonathan Williams needs to have a fantastic series for them to take this.
Other than him, Pao, if I may interject lang. So, Phoenix, sabi mo nga, dehado sila dito if that's what happens. Who from the locals you think will be key?
Perkins.
Okay.
Perkins needs to be the best local player in this series.
Right.
Yun ang, I think he can be because he has a good combination with Williams.
Yeah.
He can score from the inside and outside. Magnolia doesn't really have a forward who can match up as well, who has the same versatility. as Perkins. Maybe
Calvin,
Calvin.
yeah.
Maybe Calvin would be. They will try to match up Calvin with him
Bibigyan daw
a
niya
lot
sa
of
series,
times.
sabi niya.
Yes,
Jokingly.
they're gonna do that for sure. But I think Perkins is younger. Perkins
Yeah.
is a legitimate go-to guy with a lot of offensive
okay.
moves. He needs to be
Okay.
dominant in this series for Phoenix.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next matchup.
Yan.
And I'm going to go out on a limb here by saying, like, on paper, San Miguel are the scariest team in the league right now. Considering yung health situation nila, they're as healthy as can be. And not only that, Benny Boatwright, the import who came in for
my.
Ivan Aska, has been a monster
my.
for Coach George Gallen.
I'll go beyond that. To me, it's not only on paper. Because all of the games of both, like, they already showed it on court.
Yeah.
To me, on court, they are the favorites already. Because of, I don't think there's any tandem in the league who can match up with Junmar and Benny Boatwright. It's dynamic. They can inside out. Sometimes nasa labas si Junmar, sometimes si Boatwright, who is fantastic with his three-point shooting.
Touch,
Perfect complement to Junmar. And then kung sino yung binabantayan ng mas maliit, they post him up. Either it's Junmar or it's Boatwright. Maybe Ginebra has the best shot of doing it because they also have size to match up with San Miguel. But they put, after that, they beat you with CJ Perez, and then Terence Romeo comes off the bench together with Toliano, Jericho Cruz. It doesn't end for this team offensively. They scored 100. They scored 42 points in the third quarter against. What was the last game?
Rain or Shine?
Rain or Shine, who was playing very, very well. Tabla nung halftime eh.
Oo.
And then third quarter, Rain or Shine didn't play bad at all.
Lumamang nga yung Rain or Shine eh. And
Lumamang
then,
pa.
and then like 40
But
points
they
in
scored
San
42
Miguel.
points in the third quarter, very effortlessly. Terence Romeo comes in, and then
I was just about to say,
takes over.
Right. Yeah.
And then Jericho, and then without you noticing, best player of the game, Jericho Cruz.
Nasaktan pa.
Hindi mo napansin.
Tama.
Nasaktan pa.
And then wala pa si
Diba?
Don Toliano masyadong ginawa ng last game. That is really an embarrassment of riches
Right.
with Coach George Gallant with his team right now.
And that's
Grabe.
why you said that Magnolia may be the most consistent team all throughout, but they might have the most weapons San Miguel does.
You mentioned also that itong Barangay Ginebra has the best shot at matching up with San Miguel because of the size. And in the list that you gave us a while ago in terms of yung key matchups, probably that guy has to be Christian Stan Hardinger to be able to. There's also Japet Aguilar there, but then Christian Stan Hardinger is probably going to be the key guy for Coach Tim Cone if they want to get better of San Miguel.
I think for the first time in a long while, Christian Stan Hardinger can actually be the better player than Junmar Fajardo in this series. And I think he needs to be. Because Junmar is coming off an injury. That's number one. And number two, Christian's been playing fantastic all-conference. No, he's leading in best player of the conference. So to me, before, you just want to neutralize the effects of Jun or maybe limit him a bit. But I really actually think that Christian has a chance to outplay Junmar in this conference, in this series. It's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be an interesting matchup. And if Christian manages to play Junmar one-on-one and contains him one-on-one, or contains Benny Boatwright one-on-one, then
Who's averaging
Ginebra-
40,
Who's averaging
and
40.
13 and
Yep.
6 assists?
And shooting from outside. Pero if you're a Barangay Ginebra fan, because we've talked a lot about how strong the lineup of San Miguel is, if you're a Barangay Ginebra fan, what chance do you give them against a San Miguel beer?
Coach Tim Cone.
Yun.
That is their chance. I mean, we mentioned so many players from San Miguel.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
They can go 12, maybe even 14 or 15 deep. Coach Tim Cone will come there and say, I need my 7 or 8 best players. And Ginebra has that. Ginebra has a good 7 or 8 players that can match up with any team in this league. That's the style of Coach Tim Cone. They've won so many championships doing that.
Yeah.
And to me, that's Ginebra's best weapon. They have Tim Cone and they have a team who plays with good chemistry.
Ay, sasabihin ko din sana, yung assistant coach.
Sama mo na yun.
Oh, pero
Sama
ano
mo na
to?
yun.
Let's not mention that anymore to keep it unbiased. Coach Mark, maraming salamat.
Oh, we're excited.
Can't wait to hear your voice at calling the games again and can't wait to see you soon.
Thank you, guys.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all the time. Download Pilipinas Live now.